5168, descend and maintain 10,000.
Descend and maintain 10,000, SkyWest 5168.
SkyWest 5160, maintain 210 knots or greater for now.
210 better, SkyWest 5160.
Say again for Southwest 6809. 90 Southwest 6809.
Departure.
290 descend and maintain 12,000, Southwest 5082.
Denver Center plotted 28 Mike Sierra, leveling 16,000.
Plotted 28 Mike Sierra, Denver approach, Denver altimeter 2971, descend and maintain 15,000.
15,000, 8 Mike Sierra, and we do have golf at Centennial.
Thank you.
Southwest 6809.
70 Delta 1286.
68, fly, present heading, vector sequence, descend and maintain 17,000.
Present heading 17,000, Frontier 268.
Two 744 Whiskey, Denver departure ready. Southwest 6771, connect Denver Center 125.9, good day.
Denver Southwest 1937, we're at a 260 descending via the Class 2. We have Charlie for 35 right.
South 1937, Denver approach, expect the visual approach, only 35 right.
35 right.
Plotted 28 Mike Sierra, descend and maintain 14,000.
14,000, 8 Mike Sierra.
The visual 35 right, Southwest 6809.
Turn right heading 325, the airport 2 o'clock, 9 miles.
325, field inside Delta 1286.
Clear visual approach, 735 right.
This is the visual 35 right, Delta 1286.
25 out of 11,000 for 10,000.
Sky 5168, turn left heading 080.
Left turn heading 080, SkyWest 5168.
Skywest 5160, thank you for the speed, maintain 170 knots or greater until you get to Diamond.
130 better to Diamond, SkyWest 5160.
Skywest 5101, Denver approach, expect the visual approach, only 35 left.
Visual 35 left, SkyWest 5101.
Frontier 268, descend and maintain 16,000.
Approach Frontier 199, 23.8, descending via the Class 2 with Charlie.
Frontier 199, Denver approach, expect the visual approach, runway 35 right.
Visual 35 right, Frontier 199 and 250 assigned to Leverly.
Frontier 199, roger, information Delta is now current, altimeter 2971.
Alright, grabbing Delta, Frontier 199.
Frontier flight 268, sliding at 060, descend and maintain 13,000.
060, 13,000, Frontier 268.
809.
0.8 Delta 92, goodbye.
Frontier 792, contact approach 123.85.
Denver approach, good afternoon. SkyWest 3075 is flight level 215, descending via the T-bar. Information, Charlie.
Yeah, 3075, Denver approach, information Delta, current altimeter 2971, expect visual approach, runway 35 left.
Alright, expect visual 35 left, SkyWest 3075.
Frontier flight 268, contact approach 123.85.
2385, Frontier 268.
Well, approaching 384 Heavy's with you, descending via the next one, and we have Delta.
That is 384 Heavy, Denver approach, expect the visual approach, runway 35 left.
Visual 35 left, for United 385, thanks.
38 Denver approach, roger, descend and maintain 12,000 and turn 10 degrees to the left. I'm sorry, turn 10 degrees left.
Okay, 10 degrees left, 12,000, Frontier 268.
Southwest 5025, the airport's 9 o'clock and 15 miles.
Southwest 5025, still inside.
South 5025, thank you, reduce your speed now to 170, I'll have one more turn to join.
Southwest 5025, 170 on the speed.
3258.
Southwest 1937, reduce speed to 250, then resume public speed.
Slow to 250, then public speed, Southwest 1937.
Frontier Flight 144, contact approach 123.85.
6,700 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS, runway 33 approach.
268, send and maintain 12000.
12000, Frontier 268.
44 Whiskey, how will this approach terminate?
On the flat 2 arrival. Skywest 5168, contact the tower on 133.3, good day.
333, Skywest 5168.
Frontier 144, down approach, good afternoon. 5025, maintain 170 knots to Diamond and connect the tower 133.3, good day.
Southwest 5025, 170 Diamond, over the tower, have a good day.
Frontier 268, reduce your speed to 210, then descend and maintain 10,000.
Slow to 210, then 10,000, Frontier 268.
Offline for a second, was someone else calling me?
We're down to 16.
Roger that, thank you.
Approach Southwest 1937, now to 16, descending via Class 2. Descend to 13,270 on the heading Southwest 1937, and we have Delta.
Point 9, good day.
268, thank you. Turn left heading 020, join final clear, visual approach to runway 35 left.
Heading 020, clears the visual, 35 left, Frontier 268.
Inside Frontier 626.
Good.
The 35 left arrival, wind shear alert at 20 knot gain over the runway. 982.
News.
Request.
Good.
Yeah, looks like you got some pods ready. Just about Hager. Can we get a direct descent from present position?
970, and it's 17 left and right, and you're just going to go in back in VFR, is that correct?
Yeah, 3070, 6060.
3075.
And if you want further vectors, you can check with the next control avenue frequency momentarily.
Franz, and then we'll join the final there, clear the visual, 35 right, Delta 982.
Frequency, please, Scott 3075.
Scott 3075, contact approach 123.85.
2385, Scott 3075, thank you.
Frontier Flight 199, contact approach 120.8.
20.8, Frontier 199. Approach Frontier 199, 14.7, descending via the Class 2.
Delta is current at Denver, altimeter is 2970. United 384 Heavy, you can make that request with the next controller, contact approach 123.85.
Got 4652, Denver departure, our contact, climb via SID.
080.
080, Frontier Flight 792.
Got 3075, down approach, good morning.
We're approaching out of 384 is with you, descending via the next one.
384 Heavy, approach, good morning, 35 left.
35 left, next morning.
Frontier 268, maintain 170 knots to greater to Diamond, traffic off your right side for the parallel.
Alright, 170 or better to Diamond, looking for traffic, Frontier 268.
Frontier 782, descend and maintain 900,000, airport's 9 o'clock and 14 miles.
9,000, airport side, Frontier Flight 792.
Thank you, Frontier 268, connect tower 133.3, good day.
333, good day, Frontier 268.
Frontier 144, descend and maintain 10,000. And maintain 10,10,000, Frontier 144. Scott 3075, reduce your speed to 210.
210 knots, Scott 3075.
Inside, Southwest 3258.
Connected to PilotEdge.
Frontier 782, reduce your speed now to 170, please.
On to 170, Frontier Flight 792.
Sierra Whiskey, Denver approach. The Denver altimeter is 29708. It's golf current is 1010. And just verify you said you're at 8,500.
35 left, frontier flight 792.
Got 3075, turn right, 070. I got to widen out just a little bit, and just going to maintain 10,000.
070 down to 10,000, go at 3075.
Order 144, descend to maintain 900,000.
Descend to maintain 8,000, frontier 144.
Order.
We got the overlay now? Alright, we got the overlay. Making progress. It's nice rainy weather here. Alright, boys and girls, we need to get our flight plan and such together. So we are doing Allegiant Virtual. And we're going to file Lava 6 departure to Spokane via the Zoomer 1 arrival. And we're going to do Allegiant 383. That's my call sign for the VA 129 passengers, 12.6 cargo. I'm going to file 290 and get our fuel, that type of stuff. Alright, there's our route. I know I could do this in kilograms. I'm just so used to doing it this way that, I don't know, it's just hard for me to change old ways. So I'm going to round that up, get a little extra fuel. So 6.4. $6.4 is our fuel. Cost index 100. A320, so that's right. There's our route, our passengers, and zero fuel weight is 133.2. 133.2, so 6418. 6418, and then there's my trusty calculator here. So 6418 plus 64 fuel is a takeoff weight of 66 818. Let me make sure that the takeoff weight is not exceeding our max and our landing weight is within range. So we're good there. Because 148.2 is the max. And let's see, 148.2 is 6.67. Yeah, we're like right on the edge of our maximum takeoff weight. So super heavy today, going super heavy. Gotta make the money for Allegiant, right? All right, so drop down here. We got our PilotEdge in weather information. So we got 3007. And that's with Atis Juliet. And they are departing east. So 10 left. Any other information there? Spokane will plan on ILS 2. Actually, we'll do maybe an RNAV. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So we're going to file IFR. So we got Allegiant 383, A320, Silent Lima 290, Lava 6, Yakima, Moses Lake, Zoomer 1, file. Then we can come over here and we should see that it is on file. We have to give it a second to populate. There we go. On file. So we'll come back to the aircraft. Okay. Oops. I forgot. That would help. There we go. You were missing the pilot. Alright, so we'll hop in here. Turn on these. External power is available, so we'll click that on. And we want 6 point something in fuel. 4. Do 6.4. Start the fueler. I'll wait for on bat for each INS alignment. Make sure it works on the battery. So that's going to start fueling. We'll get the third on bat, so we know that is good to go. Plane's starting to come alive here. So add in some lights for our passengers to board. Open up the door. Everybody's coming on board here. Alright, minus 6418. Alright, let's bring up our charts and D8s. Alright, Navigraph. Sitting here at Charlie. And this is our D8s when we're ready for that. And the fuel 64, I just need that for the numbers. And we're gonna load 129, I think. Yeah, 129. I'll reset this so I can get an accurate figure per sim brief. So subtract what we got, 53,080 plus 1,000 I left in cargo gives us a nice 8338. And that should give us a sim brief match of 6418, which it does. So we've got 60.4 and 30.3. So I need this number 60.4, this number here for this CG 30.3. So that is good. And then all right, so we got that loaded up. Fuel is loading. Otherwise, passengers are coming on. Let me turn up batteries off, make sure that they charge properly. So we're going to check engine. So we got 19 quarts per engine. Hydro is full. So now we'll check that battery and make sure it is. We've got the lines at least on one of them. There we go. We got the arrows, which means batteries are charging. So we'll get the APU going. Because it's 46 degrees Fahrenheit and it's rainy. So we're going to get some heat on for our passengers. So that's APU is kicking on. It's spooling up. Once we see the gen light up, then we'll go to the bleed and make sure the crossfeed kicks on and everything. So this crossfeed will feed this secondary, and then once that is good, then we'll check the air conditioning to make sure the heating in this case is warming. Yep, it's on hot, so we got hot air going into the compartment. We got APU generators available, so we can disconnect the ground power unit. So we'll disconnect it from here first. First you would let your ground crew know that you're going to disconnect so you don't electrocute anybody. So you disconnect. Now we're on APU, so we can remove the ground power unit. Flight plan I have already filed and verified. We're going to get the FMS lined up. Eric was good. We are at Portland and we're going to Spokane. And we are Allegiant 383. Cost index 100. And we need to make sure the GPS is accurate. So Portland elevation 23, we'll look at that when we check the altimeter. I am at Charlie 8, or D8 I mean. So that is our GPS coordinate for D8. So we're going to go to IRS init. We got 45, 35, 4, so we'll kick that up to the reference 45, 35, 4, and then the right side 122, 35, 7. So 122, 35, 7, that's good. Align on reference. Got that aligning, so now we need our TROPA. So for TROPA, come over here and we look at our TRP, top of climb, TROPA 42. It looks like it's 41 down here, so we'll just do 417. Do 417 for the TROPA. And ground temperature is +8 Celsius. That matches the ground SAT. So we'll leave the cruise blank until we get our clearance. So we'll check our ATIS here at Portland International. So we got PDX. Hit that, hit that, hit that. Current with information Juliet, departing east. Wind calm, it's light rain. It's cloudy, overcast. Altimeter is 3007. So, let me see, I got 3007 is Juliet. Wind is 000 or 36000. Temperature is 8 and 3007. I need that for performance later. And then we can go to page 2, make sure there's nothing else that we need to be aware of. Notice the airman runway 321 closed. We're not going to use that runway, so we're good there. So I'll reset that. We'll come back to it in a little bit. Abu Ghost, how you doing, bud? I see you've been, well, the last time I looked at one of your streams, you were flying the Microsoft Flight Simulator. You still doing that? I'm doing good, my friend. Doing good. You still doing the Microsoft? Because I haven't been using it just because it's nowhere near as system rich as X-Plane. Yeah, lately I've been streaming game dev, been teaching a friend. Oh, nice. Well, that's good. Change it up a little bit. Alright, so the altimeter is 3007. Yeah, I figured for this flight at Bugust I would take advantage of this bad weather and do a little IMC action. I think my rain has to rain pretty hard for it to show up. Yeah, the rain effects are normal, so I'm not getting the rain on the windows because it's not raining that hard. Haven't been playing MSFS lately, waiting for VR, and then I'll go back to it. Yeah, my friend Tom we were talking about that yesterday when we were flying DCS, and that's what he's waiting for too, was the VR, the native VR, and then he hasn't bought it yet, he's waiting for that to come out, and then he's gonna buy it. Alright, so we got 3007, the elevation here is 30 MSL, so we're within 70, so we are good there, and those two match, so that's fine. So Portland's clearance is 2835. Have you been doing any PilotEdge flying on X-Plane or anything like that? I haven't heard your voice on PilotEdge in a while. 2835, so we'll pop that on. Actually, I don't need the ATIS, I just got the ATIS, so we just need clearance. It's 120.12. And ground is 0.9er. Okay. No, I don't have a current subscription. Oh, I've been pretty busy and I haven't been flying as much. Yeah, I mean, if you're not flying as much, it's kind of hard to justify the monthly subscription. You know, when you do feel like you have the urge to fly, you always have VATSIM. But you know, I fly every single day, so it makes more sense for me. But yeah, I mean, if you're taking a break or not flying as much, then yeah, you're not really using PilotEdge to learn from, and you're not using it for entertainment, or you would only use it for entertainment. So in that case, VATSIM is just as good.
Seattle Center, Roger, cross. Olympia and maintain 17,000, Olympia altimeter 3000.
Plus, I can't get back in X-Plane now. I also can't get back in X-Plane now, but I also can't get into flying without VR, so I'm stuck in limbo. How come you can't get back into X-Plane? Have you tried the Vulcan yet? I'm still actually waiting to try the Vulcan. But you know, the X-Plane runs just really, really nice now. Good afternoon, Portland clearance, Allegiant 383 at the terminal with Juliet, IFR Spokane.
Allegiant 383, Portland clearance, clear to the Spokane Airport, Lava 6 departure, Yakima transition that is filed. Maintain 7,000, departure frequency 124.35, and squawk 2360.
Cleared to Spokane via Lava 6 departure, Yakima transition that is filed. Maintain 7,000, departure 124.35, squawk 2360, Allegiant 383.
Allegiant 383, back correct.
VR will be a game changer. Oh, absolutely. And the graphics and the way that Microsoft Flight Simulator renders the scenery is just incredible from at least 1,000 feet. Under that, not so much, but if you could have like an X-plane ground view and then transition it to a Microsoft Flight Simulator view at 1,000 feet, that would be like the ultimate sim. It feels like there's always stuff that needs tweaking, so it feels a little overwhelming compared to just launch and fly. Yeah. Yep. The oh, you talking about X-plane? Talking about it needs to always be tweaking? Or Microsoft? I know Microsoft, every time they update something, it breaks something else from what I read. I haven't touched it in weeks. I'm looking forward to the developers, because right now the SDK is not mature enough for them to actually have a study level aircraft in that new sim. So once they mature the SDK and people like Airsoft can actually release their CRJ 700 or 900 variant, then that's when I'm probably going to hop back into it. I'm definitely not going to hop back into it with all the crap Coronado keeps putting out, using just basically the default systems, and it's not worth it to me to spend $30-something on an airplane for that breaks every time they update it. So I'm waiting, but the sim's definitely got some potential. And I'm looking forward to it. Like, I like the views. It's just, it's not good enough for what I do. Alright, we're going to turn off the fuel. We're done with the fuel. And let me bring up my A cards here. Let's see.
Baron 0 Delta Whiskey, safe flight conditions. Alrighty, sir. I'm going to give you a low altitude warning at this point. Low altitude warning. The MVA for that area is 12,000. Altitude indicates 6,800 and descending.
Where the heck is it?
I can't give you a turn unless you declare an emergency, sir. That's pretty much where you're at this point.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Delta Whiskey, Roger.
There we go. I was looking for this. Okay.
Your train and,
so we are going to depart PDX. We're going to Spokane. 383, and passengers are 129.
Baron Delta Whiskey, are you IMC or VMC at this time?
29,000 feet.
Okay, if you're VMC, that's what I was asking about your flight conditions. You need to declare an emergency if you're VMC.
Cargo 5715 and our route.
Baron Delta Whiskey, are you able to your own train and obstruction clearance if I turn you back to the north or the west? Alright, Baron Delta Whiskey, 2 left heading 360.
Okay.
Let me know you can take direct Dubois.
So A-Cars is set. And what I miss here, there's just so many mods I need to make it enjoyable, and they all have updates and stuff, breaks. Yeah, they that's like, there's a mod on every single airplane, like every stock airplane in Microsoft Flight Sim, so And you're right, I do a lot of the reading on the forums, and it's like you download the mod, and then the sim updates breaks the mod. I agree with you. It's too much of a headache. You mostly do GA on MMSS. That's good enough for that for right now. Yeah. So if I'm just wanting to like sightsee, which I do, or I had done in the past with the 172 or the 150, then Microsoft Flight Simulator is definitely a good choice for that. How do you get the steam gauge Cessna 172 in the Microsoft Flight Simulator? Because I have only been able to see the G1000 version of that aircraft. I don't know why, but
okay, to the Olympia Airport via Yelm 5 departure vector Seattle via War, then direct on maintain 3000 departure 120.4 squawk 3334 Cherokee 7428 Romeo.
Alright, we're going to go flight level 290.
They're in 800 Delta Whiskey Radar.
Plan on 10 left on the Lava 6 Yakima transition. 10 left, Lava 6 Yakima insert. Then we're going to do the RNAV Zulu 21. Went too far. There it is. I think it's... Yeah, RNAV Zulu 21 from the Zoomer one. We'll just say from Zoomer. And the transition is Moses Lake. So RNAV Zulu runway 21 from the Zoomer IAF initial approach fix via the Zoomer 1 from Moses Lake. Insert, get rid of the disco between Yakima and Moses Lake. Is it Yakima? Yeah, it's Yakima. So we'll clear that out. Insert. And then we'll make sure there's no breaks in the plan. So we'll check here and make sure it all looks good. No discos.
Runway 1 via Bravo, Cherokee 28 Romeo.
Okay, so that's good. It's a big part why you got it actually for the VFR aspect of it. Plus also the Cirrus and this, plus the Cirrus citation. The 787 is good too. Yeah, so you must have got the top level or whatever. Like I only have the base version of that sim because I knew I wouldn't use it that much to begin with, and I couldn't justify paying that extra for it. Which I'm glad I didn't right now. But you probably have the better versions of the citation that looks really cool actually. If I could buy that plane by itself, I probably would, but it's not set up like that. Alright, flight plan's good, so we're going to go to our wind request. We're going to go to our weights, and let me go back to my notes here. So we got 60.4, 30.3. We'll pop that in there, and our fuel was 6.4. Populator time and extra fuel on board. Plenty of fuel. And then we'll go to our perf. We'll say 530, which is 500 AGL.
Olympia 17,000. We've got Charlie. 200.
We're gonna blast out of here at 200 knots. The MDA is 2596.
Expect the ILS from my 14 right approach.
MDA is
expect the ILS 14 right.com 100.
It's, minimum distance altitude. Minimum descent altitude, MDA. Minimum descent altitude. So you have to use that number to figure out if you see the lights of the runway, and it's on the chart. So like, I'll show you what I mean. So let me bring up this thing, and we go to approach and 21 Zulu. So that's the approach I'm going to do. So we got MDA for an RMP is 2596. So that's minimum descent altitude. So basically your minimums, that's 300 radar. So you have to see the lighting or the runway or something to continue to land. If you don't see anything by that altitude, then you have to fly the missed approach procedure. which I'll brief once we get there. So that's the MDA, and then go around, we'll make that 500 also, so 2890. Pop that in there. Then we'll do a return SID. Base doesn't have the steam gauge 172, well that explains it. But if you think of it being $20 for the one plane, then you just get a bunch more planes for free. Oh, that's a good point. If it was only $20 more to get that 172, yeah, that makes sense. But, you know, like I said, the sim is going to have to mature a lot more before I put any money into it, or any more money into it. But I definitely will be using it because it has huge potential. All right, return SID. So we're going to do a second flight plan, copy what we got. We'll pick River, and we'll bring it right back to Portland. So return SID, one engine out, whatever you want to call it. ILS 10 left. So the second flight plan performance, second is highlighted there. So we go to the arrival. The decision height for this is, I think it's a Cat, but no, it's not Cat 3. So probably 200 radar. For ILS you can use, no, it's 300. It's 300 decision height, which is radar altitude. And then the it's 3007. Temperature is 8 Celsius. And wind is 360 at 0. So that is if we have to come back and land at Portland for whatever reason. We have that already set up. You don't have to worry about fiddling with that. So now we have to get our takeoff performance. It might be $40 more than the base. I can't remember. Yeah, I mean, at this point, even if it's only like $10, I wouldn't spend it in. It's not because I can't afford it. It's just I don't want to waste my money on something that keeps breaking. But eventually, it's going to be up there. The Airsoft. I'm waiting for the Airsoft CRJ to come out, and that's probably when I'm going to start flying it a lot, or a lot more. All right, let's get our takeoff calculations. So we're going to come here. We'll refresh this page. And I like to use Imperial, so we can do Portland, grab our weather, that matches my injector, I think. Yep, that's all accurate per real world, and our takeoff weight is here.
Check 7428
Romeo,
XL departure.
And then we're going to take off on 10 left. So our Tora is 9825 with a runway heading of 119er. So come over here. You got one, actually it's runway is wet, so calculate. 141, 150, 151, 63. So we got flex 63, V1 is 141, 150, 151. Yeah, so that'll work. So now we'll come back over here and we'll input this performance. Nick Grace, Jesus, how you doing, buddy?
Okay, clear direct Seattle, and we'll get back to you on the
Glad to see you, my friend. It's been a while.
Localize the runway 14 right approach, please.
It's gonna be a fun flight because it's crappy weather, so it'd be interesting. We're gonna have a horrible headwind, unfortunately, but We can go a little bit faster on a departure than I normally would, since that headwind is so strong. Alright, performance, it's 141 for V1 because it's raining. So that's a rejected takeoff speed. VR rotate, in other words takeoff at 150, and 151 for V2, which is your safe one engine out climb speed to where you can safely climb with one engine out. We're going to flex at 63, which is D-rated, which is actually the lower the number, the more power. So this is probably like 98%, I'd say. It's almost toga. Actually, I've seen it as low as 59, so it's probably more like 95%. Alright, so we got that entered. If we need to come back, it will be PDX 10 left. Put that there. It's a continuous distance and heading to the threshold of that runway. So if you're in the area and you need to come back real fast, you can just get a heading by looking at this, and it will turn you toward that runway. So we'll come up here, we'll turn on our fuel pumps. And climb maintain 7,000 per our clearance, and then we'll remove the ground guys here. Making sure my A-cars is running in the background, which it is. And Nick says, yeah, I know I've been busy with school, flying home Wednesday for winter break. Oh, nice. So it's the Thanksgiving break, right? So you're out for like a week, and then you go back, and then you're out for a couple more weeks for Christmas, I guess. That's cool, though.
.com 100 affirmative.
All right, so this departure, I'm going to be doing the Lava 6 SID, and we're just going to climb maintain 7,000. We're going to be on 10 left, so 540 feet will activate the autopilot. We'll go direct to river, then Cossack, and then we'll follow this up to Yakima transition, and then from there we're going to take the Zoomer 1
.com 100, turn right heading 040.
From Moses Lake to Zoomer, and then at Zoomer I'm going to ask for an approach just prior to Zoomer to do the RNAV 21 from Zoomer. So it'll be a full approach, no vectoring, and then we'll land on the runway there. And it looks like we'll exit on probably Charlie, unless it's wet. Then maybe we'll have to exit here. We'll see how. We'll plan to exit here, Alpha 5, and come back up to the terminal. So let me go back to my performance notes, have that ready. Thanksgiving and Christmas, I'm off for a couple of months. Are they doing that because of COVID? They just say go home, or is that normal to be out for that entire? Because here I think they out for Thanksgiving and then they go back to school for a couple of weeks. I think. I'm not certain.
TDM 5047, come back. Descend pilot discretion, maintain level 240, advise leaving
All right, so the brake, the safety brake is not full, and that's connected to the yellow hydraulic. So we will activate that by closing the cargo bay door And that will prime 3000 psi and it will fill the bottle. So that way you can remove chocks and you'll know that the emergency brake will hold because it's now in the green. And that's how you get... there's another way to pressurize it too. You can actually come up here and turn on the PTU and the pump, and that'll do the same thing. And then we'll close these doors. And now we can remove the chocks because we're not going to roll anywhere. And we'll do an emergency generator check. So we'll check the rat system and shed, all that, make sure all those identifiers come up, which they did.
Check 7428 Romeo, across Seattle at or above 3,000, correction, across Seattle at maintain 3,000, cleared, localized runway 14 right approach, report, procedure turn inbound.
Okay, cross Seattle 3,000 and report localizer inbound cleared.
Clear out those cautions, we'll lower the lights a little bit. Check FADIC. Engine displays are working. Normally you're off in December, early December, mid-January. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. That's a nice, nice break. Probably well deserved, well needed. I'm sure it's been pretty stressful. It's not a normal school year, that's for sure. Alright, so we'll turn on these lights, make sure they all work. That's the strikes for the cabin door to make sure that the security locks are good. All these lights are on. Show fault, light, fire, and all that stuff. So all those work. Cabin door's open, so we'll shut that, give it a lock.
.com 100, you want us to tower?
Have the ground crew do a walk around and check the doors.
Yes, Captain. We are waiting for your instruction.
20.6, good day,
Ground to flight deck. All holds and hatches are closed. Walk round complete.
Alright, so let's go to pushback.
Tower.com 100 ILS 14
I need to push out to the right.
.com 100, Boeing Tower 14 right, clear to land, wind 15010.
For the land, runway 14 right, .com 100.
So we'll go right there.
Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Start the pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
And this gate is connected, so we need to clear the gate. And here comes this dude. They gave you a little longer break this year with COVID, so yeah, the only flying I've been doing lately is real flying. Nothing wrong with that. Take advantage of that. Not to brag or anything, no. Yeah, we're all jealous. So we got 6.3 on the fuel. So I might have put that in. Yeah, so that's right. So we'll just lower it by a little bit. That'll update our times from 110 to 107. That's plenty. Do fire test.
And bypass been inserted. Release parking brake.
And let the crew know we're going to push back. Area should be clear to our right, which it is. Turn on our beacon. Undo the park brake.
Starting push back. And you may start engine.
Check engine 2. Go engine ignition to normal. I like to monitor hydraulics on the bottom, engine on top. We'll roll on 2 here. I remember you telling me that you couldn't get a medical for some reason. Correct. Yep, but it doesn't stop me from flying in the real world. I'm not taking, because of my physical reasons, I'm not taking risks of being around people, even if it is just an instructor. But I don't need to fly in the real world. I mean, I do enough of it online. All my flights are done online. And I do have a VR headset, so if I wanted that extra realism, I have that ability. And plus, in the sim, you don't have to pay for gas, and it doesn't cost me $250 an hour to go up. So, but when I do go up, I go up in a 172 with my instructor. His name is a real nice guy, Mark. He's a retired Navy fighter pilot, and he takes me up, and he lets me fly it and do whatever I want. We don't really stick to a lesson plan because I'm not trying to get my PPL. But so in normal circumstances, I go up in a real 172 twice a year, just for, like, we'll fly to lunch, so we'll get some lunch somewhere, and then I'll come back. So I get 2 takeoffs, 2 landings, 2 times a year. That's all I need. I get plenty of enjoyment out of the sims.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
All right, so hit this brake. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely a difference because, you know, in the real world you can feel the plane, so, you know, you can't really feel the plane in the sim, but still, for what it is, it's pretty cool. The advances in technology in these sims today are just mind-blowing compared to what they used to be. All right, we'll put this thing on. We got oxygen is ready and full. We got 1830 psi, so we'll turn on the cruise supply. Make sure our wipers work. Back up compass. We're facing north. Facing north. Oxygen is now on. Check the mask.
Hand signal on the right. Well, see you next time and have a safe flight.
And we'll check our trim. So 29.4. We'll go down 0.2. Do that, and then come over here, push that down a tad. Make sure it checks with this down 0.3, so it's close enough. Going actually could go either way. We'll check our controls. I'll get caught up on the chat here in just a minute. I just want to get through this pre-flight real quick. Spoilers, rudder, left, I did that already. Then overhead cargo heat is on, all lights are out. Get our taxi lights ready to go. APU off, window pitot heat on. And we'll turn on terrain proximity stuff. And we'll squawk our code, which is 2360. So we'll turn that on, put it to above while we climb, 2360. We'll get our current ATIS after I do a quick ECAM check. So everything should be green. APU is going to shut down shortly. Fuel is even, balanced, that will turn down. All that is on, all doors are shut. ECAM check is complete. Cabin is ready. get our D-ATIS. Alright, Portland. Still Juliet, so they actually, the weather hasn't changed at all. So we're going to go to ground control point 9er. Hold up here. And ground is point 9er, and we're going to take off 10 left probably, so 18.7 is
Roger.
tower. And we're current with Juliet, so all the weather is the same, so our performance, our takeoff data is good. Nothing's changed there. Portland ground, Allegiant 383 at Concourse Delta, current with Juliet, ready to taxi.
Allegiant 383, Portland ground, runway 10 left at Echo, taxi via Tango, Kilo, Echo.
10 left at Echo via Tango, Kilo, Echo, Allegiant 383.
Number 47, Quebec, contact Albuquerque Center 124.32.
Tango, Kilo, Echo. So we're going to go Tango, Kilo, Echo. Okay.
TBM 5047, Quebec, Albuquerque Center, descend to maintain 15,000, airport altimeter 3002, advise what the weather say request.
Pre-taxi, let's come down here. Go left on Kilo, then right on Echo.
Number 47, Quebec, any chance you get it from Porcu?
I think this is, yeah, this is Echo. Yep. We're gonna take off from an intersection.
Just trying to help you get away from having to do a procedure turn. November 47, Quebec, cleared direct.
So
from
hold
Yakko,
up there.
Either way, you're going to take a vector unless you want to go direct to the IAF at Wallow.
So we're gonna do auto brake, signs, spoilers, flaps, takeoff config, packs. So max
Wallow, expect the RNAV runway 20
takeoff config is normal, systems are normal, engines are good, wheels are fine, spoilers are armed, and we're going to go to tower, which is 18.7, departure 124.35. The standby doesn't show up because I'm using a SATEC panel. 24.35. Turn on our landing lights, strobes, and we're number 1. Climb and nav are blue. Portland Tower, Allegiant 383, holding short 10 left at Echo.
Allegiant 383, Portland Tower, runway 10 left at Echo, cleared for takeoff, wind calm.
10 left at Echo, clear for takeoff, Allegiant 383. You always got to say the intersection that you're at and the intersection that you're clear to take off from. And then let me get Lava 6 set up here.
Approaching 10 left.
47 Quebec, turn left heading 040 vector.
And we'll do packs off for this takeoff. And of course, traffic global is going to
on runway 10
land aircraft
left.
at me because traffic global takes off the wrong way. lands the wrong way always, especially at WinCom. They always use the 2/8s. All right, stable. Flex 63. SRS is active. Airspeed's alive. We got 80 knots. Cross-checked with the first officer side. We are flexing at 87% on the engine, all green. Coming up to V1, rejected takeoff speed. All's good, continuing. VR, rotate. And we have positive rate, gear coming up. We're gonna pitch for 15 degrees because we're heavy. 500 AGL, we'll get a climb thrust indication on the top left there. And there it goes. So go into climb descent, activate the autopilot, turn toward river, turn the packs back on, undo the spoilers, put our speed to managed, and at 215 knots the flaps will retract automatically. And then once they retract automatically, which they're doing now, I will manually take out the front slats. So slats are out, that will retract. We're cleared to 7,000, so we go open climb to 7,000. Good. Let's see what I missed here. Nick says, as long as you don't feel bad with me telling you that the only flying I've been doing is real flying, I'm good with that. I appreciate your concern, buddy. No, I'm glad. Like, it doesn't bother me at all that I can't fly, you know, real world as much as you can. I mean, financially for me, it's just, I wouldn't be able to afford it to fly as much as you do. So twice a year, I put aside $500 a year because it's basically an hour rental for each time. So $250 for one time, $250 for the next. So $500 a year, that pays for the gas, the instructor, pays for the plane, covers everything. Although I usually almost always say my position regardless of whether I'm doing a full length or intersection departure. Yeah, you don't need to though for full length. You just have to say you're holding short because it would be implied that you're full length. If you just say you're holding short 10 left, then the tower will automatically know to look full length. You can always do an intersection, but you have to get permission to do an intersection unless you're given an order for an intersection. But I mean, there's nothing against
Legion 383, climb and maintain 15,000, contact departure.
Climb maintain 15,000 over to departure, Legion 383, see ya. So we're gonna go over to Portland departure 2435, climbing up to 15,000. We're on the Lava 6. Portland departure, Allegiant 383, Lava 6, leaving 7,300 for 15,000.
Legion 383, Portland departure, radar contact.
Alright, so we're climbing away. We can turn off the terrain stuff for right now. Put this first officer side on plan. Oh, here comes all the spam idiots. I wish there was a way to just keep that from happening all the time. But there probably is a way, I just don't know how to do it. Yeah, the spam bots, like, they don't do it every single flight, luckily. but it is annoying when it does happen, that's for sure. Alright, let me change my weather injector location to Spokane so that way I'm looking at the right weather for my arrival, even though I'm going to get it through D-ATIS because my my weather injector updates every 10 minutes. So whatever D-ATIS has as weather is what that's what I usually use. Alright, we're at above 10,000, so turn those lights off. Turn on the weather radar.
Legion 383, contact Seattle Center 121.4.
Seattle Center 121.4, Legion 383. 21.4. Plug that over there. Seattle Center, Legion 383, 12,000 for 15,000.
Legion 383, Seattle Center, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb and maintain flight level 230, Legion 383. Climb 30. Alright, so we're going to climb a little bit slower. We're going to climb at 300 knots. Check the cabin pressure, make sure it's climbing. Cabin vertical speed is 500 feet per minute, so that's good. One of these days I'll join you for a flight. Yeah, man, let me know when you want. I fly every single day. I don't stream every day, but I fly every day, so always feel welcome to shoot me a whisper. And just ask me what, where you want to fly, or, you know me though, I mean, I fly on PilotEdge during the day, so, but yeah, if you want to fly with me. Do you have PilotEdge? I don't remember. I do not remember. Knock this background sound down. It's a little loud. Coming up to transition altitude here. Transition altitude everywhere in the United States is 18,000 feet, so that's where the flight levels start. So we're going to go to standard STD, which is 29.92, which is sea level, mean sea level. So everybody flies at the same setting above flight level 180. You only use the altimeter settings below 180 for obstacle avoidance, so you don't crash into mountains and such. That's why it's important to have that. Plus, it's very important for RNAV approaches to have the accurate altimeter setting in, because that's what the RNAV is using for the...
383, contact Seattle Center 135.15.
Seattle Center 135.15, Allegiant 383. 35.15. Seattle Center, Allegiant 383, flight level 194 for 230. You always sign in with
383, Seattle Center, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Climb maintain flight level 290, Allegiant 383. So you always check in with your current altitude, follow it up with your assigned altitude. So now we're going all the way up unrestricted to 290, and our top of climb is 2027, top of descent is 3036, so we can actually pick up the pace here. Let's see what that does, because that will shorten your cruise. So that went from 28 to 36, so about 10-minute cruise. That's good enough. You can adjust your cruise that way. Go all the way up to flight level 290. So, doesn't seem too turbulent, so we'll put the seat belts to auto. So if the air does get turbulent, it should kick on by itself. You have deactivated your subscription since you've been away at school. Yeah, you can. I think you can just pay for 1 month. You know, you don't have to do a renewal. So since you're off this whole month, you could just pay the $20 I guess for 1 month for like the Western expansion pack, because that way you'd have so much area to fly in. Other than the ZLA, you're kind of restricted. The ZLA is great if you're trying to go through the CAT programs, obviously, or the I ratings and stuff like that. But if you just want to fly for fun, and if you only want to pay for 1 subscription, then the Western expansion pack is definitely the way to go. But you'll plan a West Coast route then. Yeah, man. For my miles that I usually do for airliners is between 200 to 250 miles for my airliners, depending upon winds and stuff like that. I might, like last night I flew.
Contact Seattle Center 125.1.
Seattle Center 125.1, Allegiant 383. Last night I flew almost 300 miles, but I had like a 90-something knot tailwind, so that was fine to go that distance because my airtime was basically the same. Man, I'm trying to get this one to ship. There we go, 125.1. Seattle Center, Allegiant 383, flight level 239er for 290.
328 Romeo VFR traffic, 10 o'clock, 2.5 miles westbound. Altitude indicates 1,200, type unknown, altitude is unverified, should pass behind you.
We're high enough now, we'll put our transponder on all, our advisories. I started the CAT programs. Yeah, I mean, if you want to continue doing the CAT programs, then just... Oh, wait, that's a Bugos that said... No, that was Nick that said that. Bugo says you're going to head out. Have a good flight. Good to see you. Yeah, you too, bud. I will, I mean, I usually get notifications when you fly on your streams, so I will catch you either on yours or next time you're available for mine. You have a good holiday if I don't see you beforehand for Thanksgiving and such. See you later, bud. And Nick was the one that said I started CAT programs. Sounds good? Alright, thanks. But yeah, so if you want to, continue the CAT programs, I got the subscription to both the ZLA and the Western, so I can do a flight with you in the ZLA. We could do a tech route or do a little VFR flight or whatever you want to do, man. I am down for it. I bought in FS Economy, I bought my second airplane, which is the Cessna 310. I really enjoy that plane. I I bought it like 800 miles away. It took me 2 or 3 hops to get it into the LA area. So now it's stationed at Riverside. And I did a nice VFR flight with it the other day from Riverside to, where'd I go? Ontario. And then from Ontario I went somewhere else, a little country flight with FS Economy jobs. So now I don't have to pay for the rental prices, and I get to use some GA stuff in the ZLA, which is really what the ZLA is made for. It's more for small airplane stuff. The airliners, yeah, you could go from like Vegas to LA, but I mean, for my airliner stuff, it's 9 out of 10 flights is always done in the Western expansion, because that's where all the distance airports are. Alright, we are about halfway through with this flight. So usually they tell me to cross Zoomer around 12,000 feet, so let's adjust our top of descent by putting in an altitude for Zoomer. We'll change it to 12,000. Put that in there, insert, and that will adjust our top of descent to 2034. So I shortened it up a little bit, but that way I am set if he does assign Zoomer at 12,000. That's usually what they do, so planning ahead. Go to manage speed, TCAS is on all. You got the, wait a minute, I think I missed something. Oh, wait, you got the combined route to combined subscription. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna pay for both of them, then I am down for that. I fly every day, man, so whenever you want to tag along or whatever. I also do DCS, you know, if you like military stuff, I make missions, and I just did a mission with some friends yesterday. I didn't stream it, but we did like a Black Hawk Down type mission, and it was a load of fun. Took me a month to build it. Probably put like 5 hours into building that, but it was great. I have the F-18 Hornet, the super carrier, so we had, you know, carrier operations. My buddy Tom was in the F-16 Viper. We did some air to ground, some air to air. We did refueling in the air. We did all sorts of stuff. So if you're a DCS fan, let me know and I can get you set up with our monthly missions. We do it once a month, and then a couple times a month, whoever wants to join me while I test my missions. So I usually fly DCS like 4 or 5 times a month. Usually in the evenings is when I do that. Alright, let's update our winds. So we'll click Zoomer, we'll do wind data, wind request, update insert. That will update all the winds. And we'll get calculate our top of descent with a better accurate time. So 2035. So we got just under 5 minutes.
Allegiant 383, contact Seattle Center 132.6.
Seattle Center 132.6, Allegiant 383. 132.6. What is my... That scared me. It's loading in scenery right when I did that.
Roger, Romeo, execute the missed approach procedure as published.
Seattle Center, Allegiant 383, flight level 290.
Allegiant 383, Seattle Center, Spokane, altimeter 299.5, cross Zoomer at 13,000.
299.5, cross Zoomer at 13,000, Allegiant 383. So we're going to change that to 13,000. Now we'll update our top of descent, probably a little bit further out. Then we're going to delete the second flight plan.
Romeo, contact Seattle approach 120.4 with your request.
I'll copy the active and I'll change this to ILS 21 just in case I need that. And the ILS is, I think it's a Cat 3. Yes, it's a Cat 3. So Cat 3 is no for decision height because it's an auto land. And all that is good. So performance on our current approach. Let's get our D8 is for Spokane.
7428 Romeo, Seattle departure. Verify you're on the localizer 14 right missed approach procedure.
I guess Spokane doesn't have D8s.
Should be below 1500. Climb. Let's see, climb and maintain. Let's have you maintain 5,000.
Okay. Definitely more of a civilian aviation guy, but I'm willing to try it. Oh no, I'm fine, man. Like I said, I got the, I like the Cessna 310. That's really the smallest that I like to fly. So if you want to do some small stuff, I'll do the 310. I've got the TBM. So if you want to do some turboprop stuff, I got the TBM and the King Air. So yeah, whatever you want to do. I've got, you know, any level of speed ratio aircraft. So I don't really have any business jets except for the Airbus Eclipse 550, and that's a fun plane.
And Cherokee 28 Romeo, hold at Blaco as published, accept climb and maintain 7,000. Expect further clearance 2100 Zulu time now 2131.
Oh, now we're getting rain up here. Great. So I can't really get the weather because actually I can put in the altimeter 2995. I guess in the real world you'd have ACARs. So you know what? I'll just pretend that we have ACARs, or you know, dispatch or whatever you want to call it. So ACARS says that Spokane is altimeter of 95, so that's right. Temperature is 1, and the winds are 180 at 4. And ILS 21 and RNAV 26 approach in use, and it's broken at 11, a few clouds at 600, so an RNAV should be just fine for us to keep that. And that RNAV again. And Nick says you have the Airfoil Labs King Air, just have to update it. Actually, you don't have to update it unless you're using it in Vulcan. I'm using the Airfoil Labs King Air as well. I'm still using the old version with the GTN 750 mod that I've been using forever. And the only reason I haven't updated it yet is because of this airplane I'm currently flying is not good in Vulcan. Like the current version that this thing has horrible performance. The FPS sucks. I'm getting, what, 30 FPS right now? And this is version 100 of this aircraft. So this is a very old version, but everything works. The performance is great. All my radar stuff works. So I'm not updating to Vulcan until they get this plane to where it's, you know, acceptable behavior. Let's turn down the temperature in the forward compartment to 22. Come up here and we can cool off the cabin, or the cockpit rather, a little bit. coming up to our top of descent. And Spokane. So yeah, so if you're not using Vulcan, if you just want to use the OpenGL, then you don't need to update it. But for Vulcan, you have to update the King Air. And from what I understand, updating it still works fine. I just am lazy and I don't want to do it because I don't need to do it, and it works fine without it. But yeah, you could update it. It would work. Alright, now we got 23 in the cockpit, 22 in the forward, 24 in the aft. So the economy class customers will just have to be hot. Alright, so we're going to take this down. We're going to depart from 290. We're going to go down to 13,000. And we're going to let Seattle know we're leaving our last assigned. Seattle Center, Allegiant 383, leaving 290.
Allegiant 383, thanks.
So 124.32 is ATIS, I believe. So we go to, let's go to the approach again, and
Last calling Helena.
ATIS 124.32, so I got that in there. Missed approach, climb to 5,000 on track 212 to whatever that is. Then the gangs and hold. So 5,000, climb to 5,000. So we just climb to here, straight out, 10 miles. That's what that 10 is. And then out there, which will take us to gangs, and it will be a right traffic pattern, 5-mile circle, or hold, not circle. So 5,000 what we would reset. Final approach fix is WAVIX, FAF, final approach fix. So we would catch the glide path for an RMP approach at 3,400 feet. So we'll be set up on that. When I get a little closer to Zoomer, I'll request the approach from Zoomer, and that should work. That should work. And we are 36 miles from Zoomer. So if I don't get transferred to approach, Spokane approach 12375, then I'll request they pass on my approach request. Actually, I might still be in Seattle's airspace, and he might be able to assign that approach for me. We'll have to see. I'll just play it by ear for right now. And we'll let our crew know we are descending, obviously. Like they didn't know that to begin with. And we'll set our TCAS for below, so we can get TCAS hits for what we're descending into. Kind of points the radar down a little bit. And ILS for a backup is what is that? It's 21. So the ILS is 111.1 at 212. 111.1. So RadNav 111.1 212. So we got ILS is set. Second flight plan perf. It's now is set. We'll put in the altimeter, which was 299.5. And the temperature is 1. And the winds are 180 at 4. Actually, well, yeah, I can leave that there. We'll have to reset it again. I'm going to update the winds. We'll change this to 95 because we're going through flight level 180. So we'll change these both to that. Cabin pressure is dropping at 350 feet per minute. Our auto land is 2,336, and we can verify that with this. So 2385 matches the auto land within 70, so good to go there. That way the computer knows what it's doing. Have a good flight, KK Elite. Hey, thanks, man. You just joining in, or are you taking off? Like, because I'm going to be landing here shortly if you wanted to see that. It won't be too much longer. Alright, we are 11 miles from Zoomer, or 10 miles. Seattle Center, Allegiant 383. Can I pass on an approach request?
Allegiant 383, go ahead.
Request the RNAV Zulu runway 21 from Zoomer, Allegiant 383.
Allegiant 383 after Zoomer cleared RNAV Zulu runway 21 approach.
After Zoomer cleared RNAV Zulu runway 21 approach, Allegiant 383. Alright, so we can continue down, so we'll go down to 3,400, which is the final approach fix thing, and we'll switch to ATIS.
Spokane International Airport, ATIS information Victor, 1953
Victor.
Zulu, wind 170 at 4, visibility 10, few clouds at 600, ceiling 1,100 broken,
at 4,
2,500 overcast, temperature 1,
temperature 1,
-1. Altimeter 2995.
2995.
Arriving and departing runways 21, 26. ILS runway 1 and RNAV runway 26 approach and use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read backhaul runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Victor.
Alright, we got Victor. We'll be going to approach here shortly. So we want Jimbo at say 190. So let me slow that down to 190 at Jimbo. So we're good there. And the perf is set for 170.
Region 383, contact Spokane approach 123.75.
Spokane approach 123.75, Allegiant 383. So we'll go over to approach, and it was 170 at 4, right there. Spokane approach, Allegiant 383, on the RNAV Zulu 21, current with Victor, leaving 12,700.
Allegiant 383, Spokane approach, roger, thanks for Victor.
Alright, so we're going to do 2 1s, we're going to go to Progue, and we're going to do Spokane, 2 1, punch that in there. 26 miles away from the threshold of 2 1. If we were going to go straight to the threshold, it would be a heading of 072, which is like that way. Alright, so coming up, we're almost there. And tower is, Spokane Tower is 18.3, so I'm going to get that on the ready. 18.3. We're in clouds, and the TAT is -5, which means we are in icing conditions. So we're going to turn on the anti-icing because the engines are not at full throttle, so you want the anti-icing on when it's at idle more than anything else. back to 10 miles. We'll put the first officer on 20. Put the constraints on there. Max landing weight 65,000 tons. We are heavy. We're at 64.6. So you have to keep that in mind that we are going to be landing heavy. So I'm going to go for a little bit of a longer landing than I might normally do, so I don't come crashing down. Alright. Add in a little bit of speed brake here. We're a little high on the profile. Let's get down a little bit. So. Bring this back to 170. Get our all the lights on and the announcements.
Number 751, Lima Uniform Albuquerque Center, Buckeye, altimeter 2977.
We'll turn off the weather radar because there's no storms. Landing lights are on. We're going to go to slats 1 or flaps 1 here. You got slats 1. Then at 200 knots, we'll go flaps 1.
Allegiant 383, contact tower 118.3.
Spokane tower 118.3, Allegiant 383. Go to tower 118.3. Gear coming down. Spokane tower, Allegiant 383, RNAV 21.
Allegiant 383, Spokane tower, runway 21, cleared to land, wind 170 at 4.
Runway 21, clear to land, Allegiant 383.
November 1 Lima Uniform, say again. Roger.
2,500.
do a cabin check. Put this on the airport. Make sure that the performance is active, which it is. Or the landing, V speeds and all that stuff. Do auto brake low. Do approach. Auto brake, spoilers, armed, landing checklist, gear, signs, spoilers, flaps, landing checklist done. And minimums is 2596, so 2600 feet is our minimums. Reset mist for 5,000. Alright, there's our mist.
1,000.
I see the runway, so I'm going to come over here and get lined up. So I had a visual before minimums, so we are good. Got a 4-knot tailwind, so nothing to see here.
500. 400. 300. 100 above.
A little bit low. There we go.
200.
Trying to remember that I am super heavy, and we're landing at near sea level. So
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
and not bad. 131. Reversers. Let's see if we can exit up here on Charlie. So this is Alpha 4, the next one would be Charlie. Reversers off. Brake fan on. And here is Charlie. Get the APU going. And come over here. Turn off all of our icing.
Legion 383, Charlie, Alpha to the ramp, monitor ground, .9er.
Charlie, Alpha to the ramp, monitor ground, .9er, Legion 383. See ya.
See ya.
Switching to ground. Turn off our landing lights and strobes.
KB1 Lima Uniform, contact Phoenix approach 128.65.
Gizmo, like butter, hey, thanks buddy. Yeah, I was happy with that landing. I was good with that one. That was fun, man. Nice IMC flight. Nice blue skies above the clouds, and then come into the soup. I haven't done an IMC flight like this in a while. I have to remember to turn off the Allegiant A cars so I can get credit for the flight. gates confuse me. I never know if I'm going in the right one. B7. Alright, there we go. So APU is on.
Seattle approach be 742
Shut
at
down
Romeo
the
would like
engines.
for the ILS 17 approach to Coma Narrows from Seattle VOR, if that works.
Vectors or from Seattle?
We'd like to make the approach from the Seattle VOR if possible, 28 Romeo.
We got the gate coming now. Our wheels are fine.
742 Romeo is cleared to the
Turn off
Tacoma
the wheel
Narrows
brake.
Airport via turn left heading 2990 vectors Seattle VOR and then direct. Descend and maintain 6,000.
Okay, 290 vectors for the Seattle VOR, then direct descend 6,000 Cherokee 28 Romeo.
Cherokee 28 Romeo, read back is correct. Expect ILS runway 17 approach from Seattle.
And we'll expect ILS 17 approach from Seattle 28 Romeo.
Alright, let me go to my A cars. PIREP has been found. Complete the flight on Sim Toolkit Pro. And then make sure I'm signed offline.
Disconnected.
Then we'll do a replay of that landing, Gizmo. What do you say? Alright, so A cars is done. We'll do the replay real quick. Can't tell how far away I am. There we go. Do passenger view first. Do tower view next. Kind of hard to see, it was so cloudy. plane looks like it has a problem. Traffic Global does that when you restart it. It does weird things. It's all good. Alright guys, that's good times. Alright, y'all take care, and I'll see you next stream. Thanks for hanging out. See ya.
144, descend and maintain 9,000, 9 please.
Sorry about that, descend and maintain 9,000, Frontier 144.
Frontier 782, maintain 170 knots to Diamond and connect to tower 133.3.
70 at Diamond and over tower, Frontier 792, have a good one.
Approach Skywest 5101, descending via the long one with Delta.
Sky City 101, good morning. Frontier 144, turn left heading 080.
Back with me.
080 on the heading and for Frontier 144.
Sky 3075, airport 10 o'clock and 22 miles.
Insight, Sky 3075.
Sky 3075, turn left heading 020, join the final, clear visual approach, runway 35 left.
Alright, 020, join final, clear visual 35 left, Sky 3075.
United 384 Heavy, turn right heading 290, descend and maintain 1000.
290 down to 11, United 384.
Unable the ILS circling there just due to their traffic that they have. I might be able to get you an ILS into Buckley and then loop around to 17 there. If you want to try that, I can try to coordinate with them.
Sending via information, Charlie.
132.75.
10 o'clock and 12 miles.
Insight, Frontier 144. 216, 25.8, descending on the next one with Delta. 216, Denver approach, Kentucky visual approach, 65, right? Roger.
Frontier 144, turn left heading 020, join final, clear visual approach, runway 35 left.
020 is join file, cleared the visual to 35 left, Frontier 144.
United 384 Heavy, turn right heading 325, intercept to 35 left, localizer, reports 2 o'clock and 25 miles.
Okay, heading 325, intercept to 35 left, localizer, we'll report it, United 384 with you.
Frontier 144, east traffic 1 o'clock and 4 miles on Dog Lake to 35 right at 7,800 to 737.
Okay, we're looking for the 737 Frontier 144.
Frontier 199.